As Carl Frampton has been promised fans a fight to remember when he faces Scott Quigg this Saturday. The IBF and WBA Super Bantamweight World titles are both up for grabs when the two unbeaten champions face each other in Manchester. Our sports correspondent Ruth Gorman is there and sent this report.
Worth £3.10 billion, Old Trafford is the home of the third richest football club in the world. And Manchester United are hotly tipped to take over from Real Madrid and Barcelona as the richest club by the end of this year. Just down the road at the Manchester Arena, Carl Frampton and Scott Quigg are about to earn the biggest paychecks of their careers so far from their world title unification showdown on Saturday. Fully recovered from a head cold last week, Carl Frampton insists he's never been more up for a fight than this one.
I would feel really upset if I lost this fight because I know I'm a better fighter than Scott Quigg. And I should win this fight. Me on my best day, I beat Scott's best, and that's as simple as that. Most people are probably backing me to win the fight, but because of our last performances, the gap has got closer, and he's got a lot more traction behind that, and people think he may win. But this is going to be a fight where any doubters out there, they'll sit up and say, my God, Frampton can fight, he's a real deal, and tend to put on the best performance of my career.
Quigg is equally as confident.
Because I'm expecting the best Carl Frampton has ever been, but believe me, the best Scott Quigg that's ever been will be in that ring because I'm performing better than I've ever performed, and I will win that fight.
You say you're going to win. How are you going to win? What's your prediction for the fight?
I can win by 1 point, or I can connect boxing. He thinks I can't box, but I will knock him out.
Quigg and his team have been trying to get under Frampton's skin since the fight was agreed. Frampton says they're only adding fuel to the fire.
It's a pay-per-view fight, so you need to do your best to go and sell it. There needs to be as much hype around it as possible. If I let Scott Quigg do all the selling of this fight, it'd be 2 men and their dog watching the fight. That would be it. So I'm just playing the game. But on fight night, when the bell goes and it's me and him in the ring, I'll be cool. Me and my young family, and I want to set up a good, successful future for them as well. So guys like Scott Quigg are standing my way, and they could potentially break all that away from me.
George Best is of course considered a legend around these parts. He's one of Frampton's sporting heroes. In fact, growing up, both Frampton and Quigg had ambitions of becoming footballers, and both were talented players but gave it up to try and conquer the world of boxing. Saturday's winner will be propelled to superstardom, and the loser will be left in his shadow. Ruth Gorman, UTV Live, Manchester.
Now there's a big fight this weekend. Stephen's here with all the details. Stephen.
Thank you, Tara. As the countdown to Saturday's world title showdown between Carl Frampton and Scott Quigg in Manchester continues, so too does the verbal sparring. Amidst the pre-fight hype, it seems there is also some genuine animosity between the two unbeaten fighters, and both boxers have been busy talking themselves up. Thomas Kane reports.
In the ring, Carl Frampton, the IBF Super Bantamweight champion of the world.
It's been an intense training camp for Carl Frampton, but he feels all of his hard work will be rewarded on Saturday.
Flying, relaxed. Just got to Manchester a couple of hours ago, so I'm looking forward to it.
How's training camp gone?
It's been perfect. Everything's went well. No injuries. Nothing to complain about. I'm just raring and ready to go.
How's the weight?
The weight's perfect. It's the easiest I've done it, and I've been in camp for a long time. And obviously the fight's important, so I wanted to make sure everything was right, and I can make a weight tomorrow if I wanted.
There's been a lot of talk in the build-up to this fight. How much of it's hype, how much of it's real?
Most of it's real. Obviously there's a big rivalry there between me and Scott, but there's always going to be a bit of hype around these fights, but it's real too.
Oh, this is massive. Everything I've achieved since the start of my career, all rides on this. It all comes down to this. This is no room for error, and will be remembered for this fight.
Frampton, who turned 29 on Sunday, maintains that he will win this weekend because he feels he's a more talented fighter with a better boxing brain. He is a slight favourite, but most believe this contest is simply too tight to call.
We just laugh about it. The intelligent one, well, we're fighting in Manchester and Scott Quigg's in the home corner. They wanted it for 75 grand 3-4 years ago. They're here fighting for millions, so who's the intelligent one there? So go and work that one out.
The next time we see Frampton and Quigg in the ring, it'll be for real. Thomas Kane, BBC Newsline, Manchester.
Now, it's a huge week for one of our boxing stars. Bury's Scott Quigg faces Belfast's Frampton on Saturday in a world title unification clash. And last night, both champions surprised shoppers at the Trafford Centre by staging open training sessions there. The fight at Manchester Arena sold out in a matter of minutes, with the 20,000 tickets split evenly between both sets of fans, though this crowd was very much Team Quigg.
It's been a long time in the making, 4.5 years in. Fight weeks here, I'm feeling the best I've ever felt. Training's gone perfect and I'm really looking forward to it. And coming out on this stage then and having that reception, it just made it even more exciting.
Yeah, we'll have more on that fight throughout the week, but that's your sport.
It's going to be good. Thanks, Mike.